They're back, witches! Yep, a sequel to Hocus Pocus. I didn't think it was possible. I was a kid when that movie came out. I loved watching it during Halloween, but I figured it was self-contained. But nope, they brought it back. Probably after all the craziness of the last 2 years, they figured, why not give the people a nostalgia trip? And it was actually a pretty good nostalgia trip. Bette Midler, Kathy Najimy, and Sarah Jessica Parker slid into their roles like it was just yesterday. Oh sure, their voices have changed and their faces are just a little bit more lined, and Kathy is noticeably thinner. But honestly, they haven't lost their touch. As for our young heroines, they were okay. They didn't seem like caricatures or archetypes. They just felt like young people thrust into a situation they weren't prepared for. We also get a surprise cast member. You know what? I'll just say it. It's Doug Jones. He's back. And apart from a more pronounced British accent, which didn't really come through in the first film, his misadventures from his side quest were actually pretty fun. And just seeing Doug back in the old Billy Bones, or Billy Butcher, I should say, getup was actually pretty neat. And as for the rest of the cast, the new ones, they all did pretty well. They complement our heroes and our villains, and they don't overshadow anyone. As for the story itself, it paints the sisters in a different light, actually. Makes them a wee bit more sympathetic. And let's just say it paints an organization in a slightly more negative light than Disney would normally allow. But at the same time, it poked fun at a character whose ancestor was a real jerk. And one of the side villains, let's just say they were suspected, but you kind of were hoping they weren't confirmed. Yes, Bette Midler sings, transitioning now. Yes, Bette Midler sings, and her rendition of I Put a Spell on You will always be superior to anything that goes on in this film, but she and her co-stars did a really good job. The effects, I think, were more CGI than practical, but honestly, they did a good job, especially when it came to Winifred's lightning, and a few other special effects that I don't want to get into because of spoilers. Overall, Hocus Pocus 2 might not have been necessary, but it was a fun nostalgia trip that took our gleeful villains in a new direction and showed that true evil might not exist. Evil is actually a point of view that not everyone shares in the beginning. And just because someone is an outcast doesn't mean they should be cast out. This is Mr. J signing out and wishing you all a happy Halloween season. Looking forward to tricks, treats, and quite a few scares. And remember, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus.